What's up, my 3pol, and welcome back to another video. And this video is going to be a little bit of a weapon guide video, going over the worst weapon and how you could possibly make it the best weapon in Apex Legends. And the weapon we're talking about here is the P2020. I think we can all agree that the P2020 is one of the weakest, if not the weakest weapon in the game. It's decent as a sidearm, but just as a weapon in general, like, it's pretty meh. But it is possible to make any weapon good if you know how to use it well. So in this video, we're going to be going over a few stuff to make the P2020 a crazy weapon, so let's get into it. So, kind of starting things off, this thing pretty much has no recoil, which makes it so easy to aim with this thing. Its fire rate is actually pretty decent. Excuse the bad lag there. But yeah, it's got a decent fire rate. But it's primarily its damage statistics that kind of make it lack. It does 18 body shot, 27 headshot, and 16 leg shot. It's pretty much like I said, it's pretty much the damage stats that make this thing weak. I feel like if its damage was amped a little more, like, it could be absolutely insane. Because its fire rate is actually really decent. This is actually something we're going to be going over, the fire rate. Now, when it comes to using the P2020, like, you're gonna have to make sure that you have a good jitter finger, or good jitter clicking skills, because landing all your shots and using its fire rate well can really help you win a fight. Well, I don't think it will necessarily help you win a fight, but it will definitely for sure make it a little bit of a better sidearm and can make it a little more deadly. And yeah, because like I said, like, if you're able to fire this thing quickly enough, and you're able to land your shots, then you could possibly melt opponents. But of course, your entire magazine could be drained, because, like, again, with its damage, you really got to be landing your shots, or else you're probably not going to do much damage. So to practice landing your shots, try to do some strafing techniques. Similar to that, like in the firing range. The P2020, when you're holding it, it has a pretty quick strafe speed, and this is what gives it also some potential at being an okay weapon. Like, you can be kind of hard to hit, and if you implement some crouching into this, and other, like, unpredictable strafing movements, and then for sure, you could probably become a deadly opponent with the weakest weapon in the game. I'm so sorry for that terrible example there. But, yeah, really got to be able to jitter click and track well. And again, do some not tap strafing, some typical strafing practices like this, so you can work on tracking and hitting your shots. And another way to kind of improve that is try to hit the targets that are a little more of a distance, that move, kind of like this. Of course, like, the lag just completely screws you over if you're doing this practice. And make sure you're firing as fast as you can, because once again, using the P2020's fire rate to its advantage can really work well, and if you land your shots. So being able to move and land your shots will definitely help in a lot of ways. And you always want to try to aim for the head, because, like, the head, you're going to be doing a decent amount of damage. If you click fast enough and try to aim for the head, you can amp up its time to kill, which will make it a little more of a deadlier weapon. Now, usually I think personal preference with scopes is what matters the most, but I have a couple scope recommendations for it, and that's the HCOG Classic and the HCOG Bruiser. Now, the Bruiser I think actually works pretty decent with the P2020, because the P2020 actually is a little more versatile than what you'd probably think. Sorry about the lag there. But yeah, it can be used at somewhat of a distance. I'd probably say this is like the max. And the Bruiser will also help you get in those headshots. Since the way how the Bruiser is, like, designed, it can really make it easy for you to hit headshots with this thing. And definitely with the enemies being a little more distance, I'll practice and add a little more of a distance, while strafing will definitely kind of help you with tracking in one way or another. And then the HCOG Classic, because it's like the HCOG Classic is probably like one of the best scopes, and I just feel like it works well with the HCOG Classic. If you got a good decent amount of visibility, and I feel like the dot can really help with tracking. Especially how I feel like you really gotta focus on like trying to aim with like that small dot. Yeah, so it'll really help you focus, and of course still aim for the head. Like Bruiser is really helpful when it comes to trying to get headshots, and this one is really useful to helping you learn your shots, because once again, with kind of like the clearness, or like how there isn't much clutter with the HCOG Classic, and how there's only that one dot, it can really make you want to work on your aim a little bit. Now, don't get me wrong, the Digi-Threat is also a great choice, but try practicing it with the Bruiser or even the HCOG Classic, because I think that might actually help a lot when it comes to getting better with this thing. And yeah, that's pretty much all I pretty much wanted to go over about getting better with this weapon, is that it does have an okay amount of potential to become decent. You just got a really good feel for its fire rate. Use that well. Literally, like, hit your shots fast enough. Work on your tracking and your strafing. Try to aim for the head a lot. And maybe try it with the HCOG Classic and the HCOG Bruiser for a little bit. And that should kind of help you, like, get the feel of this weapon a little more. But then one thing I kind of forgot to mention is that just try using it a little more. Like, that's how you get better with weapons, primarily, is if you use them, like, a lot. I kind of feel like using the P2020 a little more lately. I don't know why. It's just, I feel like it's worth it getting better with a gun that sucks, to be honest. I don't know why. I just feel like there's some potential with the P2020 when it comes to it being a sidearm, and in other certain scenarios. Like, I just feel like it has an okay amount of potential. If hammer points were back, then, oh my gosh, this thing would be awesome. But as of now, it's just at the bottom of the barrel. But once again, if you try to follow the tips of, like, using its fire rate well, and working on strafing, aiming for the head and such, landing your shots, then this thing can probably be stepped up a little more. And yeah, I think that's pretty much all for this video. And this was a little interesting, a little fun, to be honest. And yeah, so if you did end up liking this video, then be sure to give it a like, and if you're brand new here to the channel, be sure to subscribe and turn on that bell icon so you can get notified for whenever I upload a new video. Also, be sure to join the Discord server. The link will be in the description below. Also, I have a Guilded server too, so if you have Guilded and are looking for new servers to join on there, I'll leave a link to my Guilded server in the description too. Also, be sure to follow my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/3LNEX, and follow my Instagram as well. And yeah, once again, that's all for this video. Let me know your thoughts about the P2020 in the comment section. And I will see you all later. Bye-bye.